The price of a newspaper increased from 0.97 to 1.13. Calculate the percentage increase. This is 1.13 over 0.97, the whole fraction minus 1. And that equals to 1.13 divided 0.97 minus 1. 0.1655. But now we want to put it in a percentage, which so 0.165 in percentage is 16.5%.
Okay, for question 1b, one day the newspaper had 60 pages of news and advertisements. The ratio number of pages of news to number of pages of advertisements is 5 to 7. We need to calculate the number of pages of advertisement. First, we calculate the amount, the total amount in this ratio, which would be 12. And then we need to find the number of pages of advertisements, which would be 7. So it's 7 over 12 times 60, which is 35. For question 1b2, we need to write the number of pages of advertisements as a percentage of the number of pages of news, which is basically 7 over 12 times 100. 7 over 12 times 100. 58.3%. It is 7. So we know the amount of pages of advertisement, 35 over 60. 500. Okay. Oh, it is this over this, which would be 7 over 5, 1.4 times 100, 140.
Alright, so for our next question. On holiday, Maria paid 2.25 euros for the newspaper when the exchange rate was $1 is 0.9416 euros. At home, Maria paid 1.13 for the newspaper. Calculate the difference in price. Give your answer in dollars. Correct it to the nearest cent. Alright, so the nearest cent is basically in nearest 2 decimal places. So, to do this, it's 2.25 over by 0.9416, and then minus 1.13, which is 2.25 over 0.9416 minus 1.13. It equals to 1.26.
For question 1D, number of newspapers sold decreases exponentially, meaning meaning compound interest, something. It's like related to compound by X% each year. Over a period of 21 years, the number of newspapers sold decreases from 1763000 to 58000. We need to calculate the value of X. So first we take 1763000 times 1 minus X over 100 to the power of 21 equals to 58,000. And then 1 minus X over, but first, before we do that, we can cancel these 3 zeros. Cancel the zeros, cancel the 0. So 1 minus X over 100 to the power of 21 is equal to 58 minus, divide 1763, which is 0.032, right? And then 1 minus x over 100 equals to power of 1 over 21, 0.849, and then x up, and then x over 100 would be 1 minus 0.849, which is 0.15. So x is equal to 15.
Next question. Every page of the newspaper is a rectangle measuring 43 by 28 centimeters, both corrected to the nearest centimeter. Calculate the upper bound of the area of a page. So this is the maximum area of the rectangle. So it's 43.5 round to the nearest bound, multiply 28.5, which is 1239.75 centimeters.
Okay, for question 2a, AC is parallel to FBD. ABC is an isosceles triangle, which means two sides are the same, and CBE, this one is a straight line, meaning B just goes through CE. We need to find the value of x, this angle. So first we know that ABC is isosceles. So let's name this angle y, and this angle must also be y. So 2y is equal to 180 minus 26. Y equals to 180 minus 26 over 2, which is 77. So we know that these two angles, we can now replace them with 77. And then we know that this angle, not that angle, this side is parallel to this side. So x must be 77. Right. 180 minus 77. Which is 103. Yeah. Okay.
Alright. So now for 2b. The diagram shows a circle with diameter PQ. SPT is tangent to the circle at P. Find the value of y. So to find the value of y, this is 58 over here. So 58, we can get another 58 angle thanks to similar angles. So this can be 58.
It's called alternate segments.
Alternate segments, yes. So this is 58, meaning this is also 58. Oh wait, hold on. No, this isn't 58. So now that we've got 58 over there, 58 over here is actually yes. So, and then this is 17 too. So now we just take 58 plus 17 equals to y. And y equals to 75 degrees.
Okay, for question 3, the probability that Android cycles to school is R. 3a, we need to write down in terms of R the probability that Android does not cycle to school. So we know that he cycled to school is R. So definitely it would be 1. So definitely it would be 1 minus R. For question 3b, the probability that Benoit, another person, does not cycle to school is 1.3 minus R. The probability that both Android and the north side of the school is 0.4. We need to complete the equation in terms of r. So first, first we know that we can put the equations either side. So first, I'll just put 1.3 minus r here and 1 minus r. Next question, we need to show that this equation simplifies to 10r squared minus 23 plus 9 equals to 0. So first we get 1.3 minus r times 1 minus r equals to 0.4. And then we multiply it by 10, so we can eliminate this. We can basically eliminate the 1.3 to make it to 13 minus 10r. And then the right side, do we need to multiply it? No, we don't need to multiply the right side. So we'll just leave it as 1 minus r equals to 4. And then we do multiplication. So first 13 and then negative 23r and then 10r minus and then plus 10r equals to 4. Okay, then we move the 4 to the left side. So 13 minus 4 should be equal to 9 squared. So we know that 13 minus 4 is equal to 9. So then r squared minus 23r, 13 minus 4 equals to 9 plus 9 equals to 0. There.
Alright.
For our next question, we need to solve by factorization. 10r squared minus 23r plus 9 equals to 0. So first we take this equation, 13 minus 13. We'll just simplify this into double brackets. So first it can be 5, 2. First we draw double brackets. So it can be 5, 2. And then because of this minus and plus, we definitely know that it is minus minus. So it's either 5, 2 or it could be 10, 1. Wait, r. So first, we know that. So A, B. We know that A plus B. Okay, so firstly, before we do all this, we will try this one, 5 and 2, because it's the first one we got. We know it's minus. Okay, so we know that A times B is 9. So it could be 3, 3. So that does not work. Could be 9, 1, 1, 9. So 9 times 5 is too big. So let's try this and this. Oh, that's the same. So 5 plus 18, well, negative 5 minus 18 should be negative 23. Yep, it's negative 23. So it is this one. And then we need to solve r. We will erase the bottom part. We need to find r. So it's either r equals to so it's either r equals to 9/5 or r equals to 1/2. 9/5 or 1/2. Okay, for the next question, we need to find the probability that Benoit does not cycle to school. We need to get the value since we already got the possibilities of r. So does not cycle to school, Benoit does not cycle to school is 1/3 minus r. Then we replace in one of the values. 9/5 is 1.4, so that would be negative. It's basically impossible. But 1/2, if r equals to 1/2, then 1.3 minus 0.5 would be 0.8, which is equal to 4/5.
Alright, so for question 4, the equation of a straight line is 2y equals to 3x plus 4. Find the gradient of this line. The gradient is the slope of the line, which is clear, but firstly we can't find it, so because it's 2y, so we'll change it to y real quick. Y equals to 3/2x plus 2. So the gradient is 3/2. Next, find the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Again, we'll have to use normal y. And then the coordinate of the point where it crosses the line that crosses the y-axis is somewhere on the y-axis over here, which will be C, and C in this case is 2, so it's 0 and 2. Next, the diagram shows a straight line L. Find the equation of this line. So firstly we need to find the slope. Okay, so it's y. So this is 2, this is 1, 2 divided 1 is 2, so it's y equals to
Negative.
Oh yeah, it's negative. This is negative 2 because it's going downhill. Y is negative 2x plus 6. Find the equation of the line perpendicular to line L that passes through 9, 3. So, y equals to the negative inverse of negative 2, half x, and then plus c. So, when y is 3, x is 9, 4.5. How can we change 4.5 into fraction?
9/2.
Oh yeah, we could just use 9/2. 9/2 x plus c. Oh wait, hold on, there's no more x. So now that we've got that, we take 3 minus 9/2 equals to c, which equals to 3 minus 9/2, negative 1.5, 3, 2. So y equals to half x minus 3/2.
Okay, for question 5. Next question, A is the point 8, 5 and B is the point negative 4, 1. We need to calculate the length of AB. So first we find the height from the length from left to right, which is negative 4. Wait, 8 minus 4, which is 8 plus 4, 12. The length is 12 squared plus. We'll use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length. And then 5 minus 1, which is 4 squared. So equals to 12.65. For question next question, we need to find the coordinates of the midpoint AB. So we take the average of 8 and -4, which would be 2. So it's 2, and then average of 5 and 1, which would be 3.
For question 5, the table shows some values of y equals to 1 over 2x minus x over 4. Complete the table. So, when x is 0.2, y is 1 over 1 over 2, 0.2 minus 0.2 over 4. So the first one is 2.45. And the second one is half minus 1 over 4, which is 0.25. And then the next one, 1 over 4 minus 2 over 4, which is negative 0.25. Oh, well, that's it for the graph. Negative 0.25 over here. On the grid, draw the graph of y is 1 over 2x minus x over 4. For 0.15, smaller equal to x, smaller equal to 3.5. Last 2 points have been plotted for you. Alright. Now, we'll work from x, from So, when x is 0.15, y is 3.3. 0.15. So this is 0.25. 0.25 over here. Wait, then there are 5s. So 0.05, 0.1, 0.15. It's over there. Then y is 3.3. So 3 over here. Bringing it up. 3.3. 3.3 is, so this is 3.25. So here this can be 3.3. So it's over here. So this will be our first plot. Then when x is 0.2. So 0.2 is over here. And then when x is 0.2, y is 2.45, which is over here. That's already a very steep slope from here. Then when x is 0.5, y is 0.88. So 0.5 and 0.88. 0.88. Which is somewhere over here. Wait, 0.75, 0.8, 0.85. So it's over here, it's over here. Alright. Then after that, 1. When x is 1, y is 0.25. Just over here. Alright. When x is 1.5, y is negative 0.04. 1.5 negative 0.04, which is somewhere here. And then when x is 2, negative 0.25. So right here, and then when x is 2.5, negative 0.43. Negative 0.43. So it's somewhere here. Alright, it makes sense. So it's gradually going downwards and then slowing down. So I'm guessing it's from here. We'll match the line. Okay, should look something like this. So for our next question, we need to find y, a new equation, which y equals to half. Once you minus using algebra and stuff. So we can draw the line y is half. So y is half, 0.5. So it's this line. Then we need to look, the point where it intersects, the line y is 1 over 2x minus x over 4, which is over here. And the x coordinates for it is here, 0.75, 0.8, 0.8. So x is 0.8. On the grid, draw the line y equals to 2 minus x. So y is 2 minus x. 2 minus x. So it's like this. Wait, this one will be green. So this is green over here. And then 2. Yeah. Should look something like that. Write down the x coordinates of the point where the line y equals to 2 minus x crosses the graph. Alright, so the x coordinates. So the first x coordinate is 0.25. It looks like 0.25. Yeah, it's somewhere near 0.25. So x is 0.25. And the other x is 2.25, 2.35, somewhere there. For our next question, show that the graph of y is 1 over 2x minus x over 4 can be used to find the value of cert2 for 0.15 small equal to x, small equal to 3.5. Alright, so for this, we'll replace, so y equals to 1 over 2, and then x will replace it. Hold on, let's simplify this now. 2 minus x squared over 4x. Then later, y equals to, replace all the x values with cert2. 2 minus 2 over 4 cert2, which equals to 0. So y equals to 0. That means that x is cert2. Now from the graph, we'll draw y equals to 0. So y equals to 0 is over here. And then now it intersects at around 1.43, which can be which is near to 1.41, and 1.41 is roughly cert2. So yes, we have proven it technically. So it
Okay.
can be used to find the value of certain yes. Okay, continue.
Okay, for question 6a, we need to expand and simplify x plus 7, x minus 3. This is very easy. All we need to do is 3x squared, and then 7 minus 3 is plus 4x, and then minus 21. So for question 6b, we need to factorize completely. 1. 15p squared q squared minus 25q q. So we can clearly see that we can factorize out q squared and also 5. So 15 divided 5 is 3p squared, and then q squared nothing, minus 25q. So it's 5q squared times 3p squared minus 5q. For question 6b2, we need to factorize 4fg plus 6gh plus blah 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 blah. All this. So first we'll group together all the things with the same thing. So first we know that g and g, so we don't need to move those, and k and k, so we don't need to move anything. So firstly, we factorize 4 and 6, which will be 2, and then there's g. 4f plus 6h plus 10 to 15 can be divided by 5. Oh, plus 2f plus 3. And then 5k, 2f plus 3h. Now we can see that this is the same as this. So we can merge them together. 2g plus 5k times 2f plus 3h. That is our answer. 2g plus 5k times 2f plus 3h. Okay, for our next question, 8, we need to factorize into 1k squared minus m squared. So this is basically the 9 plus 9 minus. But then instead, so if the k wasn't there, then it would be 9 plus m, 9. But now there's a k, so it's 9k plus m and 9k minus m. If there wasn't a k, then we don't need a k, but there's a k in this case. So yeah, 9k plus m times 9k minus m. Okay, for the next question, we need to solve the equation 3 bracket x minus 12 plus x plus 2 over 5. So first we don't want this denominator, so we'll multiply everything by 5 and also expand this at the same time. So 15 times x is 15x. 15 times negative 4 would be 60 plus. Okay, so then x plus 2 equals 6. Then we move all. Oh wait, 6 times 5 to 30. Then we put all the numbers on the right side. Basically make x the subject. So 16x equals to 30 plus 60 minus 2. Which is 88. So x equals to 88 over 16, which is 5.5. 5.5.
7a. Show that each interior angle of a pentagon is 108. So a pentagon is this little thing, has 5 sides. Alright. And this is 108. Alright, now firstly we need to find the exterior angle, which is 180 minus 108. Oh, wait, hold on. So, wait, we can't do that because we're proving that it's 108. So first, we need to find the exterior angle of a pentagon, which is 360 divided by 5, which is 72. And then now that we've got 72, so then this pentagon is 180 minus 72, which is 108.
Okay, for question 7b, the diagram shows a regular pentagon ABCDE. The vertices of the pentagon lie on a circle, center O, radius 12 centimeters. M is the midpoint of BC. So first they said radius 12 centimeters. Radius 12? Yeah. And then M is the midpoint of BC. Okay. So for question 7b1, we need to find BM, which is this length. So first we make like an imaginary triangle by drawing 2 straight lines that go to form BOC, and then we find and then we label this as 90 degrees, and also this side, and then we get this angle, which is, it pretty much bisects this, which is 360 over 5, 72, so it's half of 72, 36. And then we also know that the length of this, which is 12, because it's the radius too. Okay, so then we can use sine. So sine 36 is equal to, let's say this length is x over 12. So x equals to 12 sine 36 equals to 7.05. Okay, for question 7b2, OMX and ABX are straight lines. 7b2a, we need to find BX, this one. So before we even do anything, we need to find this angle, but first we label this as y. So we need to find this angle in order to find y. And also we label 7.05 here. Yep. So we'll be using this triangle MBX. So first we'll need to find this angle, which is, we also need to find this angle, which should be 54, and this one is 72. Then we take 180 minus 54 minus 72 minus 36, which is 18 degrees. Okay, now that we got this angle, we can use sine. So sine 18, no. sine 18 is equal to 7.05 over y. So y is equal to 7.05 over sine 18, which is 22.8. For the next question, we need to calculate the area of triangle AOX. So first, it's basically this triangle. So first we need to find the height of AOX, which would be 12 sine 54. So it is 12 sine 54, that's h. The equation includes 1/2, 12 sine 54, which is the height, and then times AX, which is AB plus BX. So now we got BX, so all we need to do is find AB. And keep in mind that AB is equal to 2BM because they go from, it's a regular pentagon. So BM is 7.05, AB is equal to 14.1. So 14.1 plus 22.8 is 36.9. So 36.9. And then that's the equation for the triangle. So all we need to do is use the calculator. It is equal to 179.1. 179.1.
For question 8A, the diagram shows two triangles, ABD and BCD. AD is 16.5 and BD is 12.4 centimeters. Well, they've already labeled it for us. Angle ADB is 64 degrees, angle BDC is 53, and angle DBC is 95. Find AB. Alright, AB. Find AB. So this is like, this over here is X. So we're going to use the cosine law to find AB. So to do this, X squared equals to 16.5 squared plus 12.4 squared minus 2, 16.5, 12.4 cosine, and then 64 degrees. And then now you just calculate the whole X squared. So 16.5 squared plus 12.4 squared minus 2, 16.5, 12.4 cosine 64, and then X is set the previous thing, which is, so X is 15.7. Alright, AB is 15.7, that is. Well, okay, so for our next question, 8A2, find BC. BC is labeled Y. Now, for this one, there's only two sides labeled instead of, there's only one side labeled instead of two. But there are two angles, so we can work with that. Now, we need to find this angle. This angle, we can easily find this angle by using 180 minus 95 minus 53, which is 32. This angle is 32 here. Alright, so y over sine 53 equals to 12.4 over sine 32. So y equals to, this is the wrong side for calculating. Alright, so y equals to sine 53 multiply 12.4 over sine 32. I'm going to make sure I labeled them correctly. Yeah. So, sine 53 multiply 12.4 over sine 32, which is 18.69. 18.69. So BC is 18.69.
Okay, for question 8b, the diagram shows the center of a circle, radius 3.8 centimeters. The arc length is 7.7 centimeters as labeled. We need to calculate the value of y. So all we need to do is use the ratio. Y over 360, which is the total angle of a circle, is equal to 7.7 over 2 pi 3.8 times 3.8. And then so y equals to 7.7 over 2 pi times 3.8 times 360, which is 116.1. Okay, for the next question, we need to calculate the area of the sector. Again, we use ratio, but instead of using we just use angle and area. So we got the angle already. 116.1 over 360. You can use either the ratio of this, the arc over the circumference, or the angle over 360. I'll just use angle for this one, equals to the area, or we don't know the area of the sector, so I'll just label it x, since y is already used, over pi times 3.8 squared. So x is equal to 11.61 over 360 times pi times 3.8 squared, which is equal to 14.6.
Okay, so for question 9, 100 students were each asked how much money they spent in 1 week. The frequency table shows the result. So I made this little small table, an extra table with MF. F stands for frequency, by the way. So to calculate MF, we just take the average of like here, the average between this range, and then multiply the frequency F. So I've done all of them. Now we need to take epsilon MF over epsilon F, aka 100, which equals to something over 100. Now to calculate epsilon MF, 40 plus 285 plus 450 plus 225 plus 280. 1280, which equals to 1.28, wait, hold on, 1280 over 100, 12.8, round decimal area, equals to 12.8. So the answer is $12.8. Moving on to 9b, complete the cumulative frequency table below, which is so easy. It's just simply easy. So here 5m to 10 is referring to this. So the frequency is 38, and then add 16, the previous one, 54. And then the next one, 30 plus 54, 84. 225 plus, 9 plus 84 is 93. Then the last one must be 100. But just to make sure, 93 plus 7 is 100. So yes, we're on the right track. On the grid, draw the cumulative frequency diagram. Alright, we go back up to the cumulative frequency. So when the amount m is smaller or equal to 5, so then the amount is 5, and then it's 16. The cumulative frequency is 16. So 16, 2, 4, 6. 10 is 54. 10 goes with 54. 20 goes with 84. 30 goes with 93. And then last one, 50 goes with 100. Okay, then we'll just plot the graph thing. Something like this. Why is it so hard to draw a perfect graph? Okay. Should look something like this. Of course, if you were a pro, you probably have smoothened the graph, unlike me, but you know. Alright, use your cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate for the median. The median is the middle number, so the middle number goes at 50, which is over here, which goes somewhere to 9. Somewhere at 10 or 9. 9 will do. The interquartile range. So interquartile range of the cumulative frequency. So this is 25. 25th is, oh wait, I went past. 25 is over here. It's 1/4 of 100. And then 75 is over here, straight down. This is about 17 minus 6, so it's about 11 or 10. And then the next one, more than 25, so then 25 is that is 25. Though I kind of intersected through the graph. Alright, and then 25 goes with, wrong tool. It goes somewhere at 90. So then, of course, now we have to take 100 minus 90, which is roughly 10. So we can write 10 here too.
Okay, for question 10, the volume of a solid metal sphere is 24430 centimeter cubed. We need to calculate the radius of the sphere. So they gave us the equation of the volume. So we know the volume is 24430 equals to 4/3 pi. Pi is a constant, not a variable. And then R cubed equals to 24430 over 4/3 pi. And then which is equal to 24430 over 1/3 times pi, which is 5k32. That is r cubed upon 23. Then we find r, which is the power of 1/3, and that will be 18.0. For question 10a2, the metal sphere is placed in an empty tank. The tank is a cylinder with radius 50 centimeters standing on its circular base. Water is poured into the tank to the depth of 60 centimeters. We need to calculate the number of liters of water needed. So firstly, there's a cylinder, obviously, and it says standing on its circular base, so it's standing upright. And then there's a metal sphere placed into the tank. Well, at least this metal sphere. And then the radius of this metal sphere, of the cylinder or the tank, is 50 centimeters. And then now we need to get the volume of this. So the volume of the cylinder is 1/3. There's no fraction. Is pi r cubed. Pi r 2 pi r squared. We need to 2 pi r squared. Pi r squared times h. Okay, then the water is filled to a depth of 60 centimeters. We need to calculate the number of liters of water needed. So first we calculate the volume of the water minus the volume of this sphere. That would give the actual volume of the water. So we know the volume of the sphere already, as mentioned in the previous question. So all we need to do is calculate the water without the ball. So that would be pi r squared, which is pi times 50 squared times h, which is 60. That would be 471,238.898. And then we divide it by 1,000, which would be 471.2324. Remember, we don't need to divide it by 1,000. And then we minus this one, which is 24430. 24430. Minus 24430. Yep, and then we convert it into liters. Divide 1,000, which is 446.8. Okay, so for question 10b, a different tank is a cuboid, which is this, a 3D rectangle basically, measuring 1.8 by 1.5 by 1.2. Water flows from a pipe into this empty tank at a rate of 200 centimeter cube per second. We need to find the time it takes to fill in the tank. Give our answer in hours and minutes. So first, we calculate the volume of this cuboid, assuming that the thickness of each wall is 0. 1.8 times 1.5 times 1.2 is 3.24. So it's 3.24 centimeters cubed. And then water flows from a pipe into this empty tank at a rate of 200 centimeter cube per second. Oh, it's meter cube. Meter cube. Then we need to find the amount in hours and minutes mentioned just now. So first we convert meter cube into centimeter cube, which is times 100 cube, which is 324,000. Wait, that's 344. And then followed by 4 zeros. Yep. And then we multiply it with up. And then we multiply it by. We divide it by 200. Which is equal to 16,200, and then we multiply it, and then we there's 16,200 seconds. So we divide 60. There can be 270 hours. We have 270 minutes, which is 4 hours and 30 minutes.
For question C, this is also quite simple. The diagram shows two mathematically similar shapes with areas 295 centimeter cube and 159.5 centimeters squared. Oh wait, that's not cube, that's squared. The width of the larger shape is 17 centimeters. Calculate the width of the smaller shape. So this is x. X, you see. Now that we've got that, x over 17 equals to, that does not look like k. This is an x, not a k. Equals to 159.5 over 295, whole thing to the power of half. So x naturally is 17. 159. Why is my handwriting so bad today? 159.5 over 295 to the power of half. Then we just calculate what x is, and then we get the width. Okay, x is 17. 159.5 over 295 to the power of half, which is 12.5.
Okay, for question 11, the sequence of the diagram above is made up of small lines and dots. For 11a, we need to complete the table. So first we'll look at the difference. Here is 6, here is 8, here is 2. So here should be 12, which is 14. And then here should be 14, which is 54. Then we need to find the number of dots. So from here to here is 4, 5, 6. So here should be 7, which is 36. And then here should be 8, 44. Oh wait, 26. And then here should be 26 plus 8 is 34. Okay, now we have completed the table. Let me resolve this. Okay, oh wait, yeah. Okay, for question 11b, for diagram n, we need to find an expression in terms of n for the number of small lines. So the way to do this, first we draw this thing, another row, yep, like that. And then we find the difference of. So first we take the difference, which we did earlier, 10, 12, and we don't need to do the 12. This should be enough. And then we find the difference of the difference, which is 2, and 2 again. So then we take, because this is the second level, it is n squared. So it's 1, and then 4, and then 9, and so on. And then 16. Yeah. Okay, then we take this minus this, which is, so then this will be n. And then this would be 25, and this would be 36. And then we find the difference between this and this. Basically, the row of this over the row of n squared, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 14 minus 25, 15, and then this should be 18. Now we know that it is a multiple of 3, so it is 3n. So the nth term of this is n squared plus 3n. N squared plus 3n. Okay, for the next question, 11c, diagram R has 10,300 small lines. We need to find the value of R. So we know so it's basically the nth term, but then n is equal to R. So R squared plus 3R equals to 10,300. So if R was 1, R squared plus 3R minus 10,300 equals to 0. Then we use double brackets. So we know it's R plus and R minus. So then we divide this by 100. So So we'll put 103 here and 100 here. So this is not, because it would, if it was, then it would be negative 3r. So we'll switch sides, or just do this and then this. And then so r is either 100 or r equals to negative 103. But then r cannot be negative because it only starts from 1 and goes upwards. So it is r equals to 100. Okay, for the next question, the number of dots in diagram n is an squared plus bn plus 1. We need to find the value of a and the value of b. So we'll assume n is 1. A plus b plus 1 equals to 4. And then if n is 2, then 4a plus 2b plus 1 equals to 8. Okay, then this is equation 1, this is equation 2. We get equation 3 about so 1 times 2, which is 2a plus 2b plus 2 equals to 8. And this would be equation 3. So we take 2 minus 3. So that would be 4a minus 2a, 2b minus 2b, 1 minus 2 minus 1 equals to 0. So 2a equals to 1, a equals to 1/2. Then now we use substitution. So we'll put it into equation 1. So 1/2, basically 3/2, plus b equals to 4. So b equals to 4 minus 3/2, which is 2.5 or 5/2.